Welcome to Discover Top 5, where we dive deep into the most fascinating, eye-opening, and sometimes shocking stories that reveal the hidden truths behind the world's biggest trends, cities, and cultures. On this channel, we take a closer look at everything from the wonders of the natural world to the most incredible human-made creations. Whether it's exploring cities on the brink of collapse, unraveling the mysteries of forgotten histories, or discovering what makes the world's most iconic places tick, you're in the right place for riveting content. In today's video, we're bringing you an unforgettable journey through some of America's most struggling cities, those once thriving hubs of culture, industry, and opportunity that are now facing incredible challenges. These cities were once full of life and possibility, but due to a range of factors, crime, economic downfall, skyrocketing living costs, and social instability, many of them are now barely holding on. Some are vanishing from the map entirely, while others are becoming ghost towns, and we're about to reveal why. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a closer look at the cities that are struggling to survive in today's world. If you're ready for a deep dive into the most shocking transformations happening right now, you won't want to miss a single moment. Let's jump right in.
Once a hub of industry and agriculture, Pine Bluff was known for its manufacturing boom, drawing in workers and families seeking opportunity. However, this once thriving town has seen its population drop drastically from over 57,000 in 1990 to just about 38,000 today. Why is this happening? The answer is a combination of high crime and economic collapse. Pine Bluff has one of the highest violent crime rates in the country, with a murder rate so high, it ranks among the worst in the nation. In 2023 alone, the city saw a startling increase in violent crimes, particularly homicides. But crime is only part of the story. The economy has taken a massive hit. Once bustling businesses have shut down, leaving behind vacant storefronts and abandoned buildings. Major employers have left, taking jobs with them, and nearly 30% of the population now lives in poverty. Public infrastructure is crumbling, schools are underfunded, and even the local police force is overwhelmed by the rising crime, with budget cuts leaving them short-staffed. The worst part? There's no clear plan in place to reverse this decline. Every year, more people leave, making Pine Bluff a city on the brink of becoming a ghost town. But hold on, things are about to get worse. Jackson, the capital of Mississippi, has earned a reputation for collapse. The city's crisis has escalated to the point where experts are calling it one of the fastest declining urban centers in the United States. The most shocking issue Jackson faces? A massive water crisis. In 2022, the city's water system failed completely, leaving 150,000 residents without access to clean drinking water. Infrastructure issues, such as leaking pipes and outdated systems, have plagued Jackson for years, and government neglect has only worsened the situation. Clean water has become a luxury in a city that was once considered the heart of the South. But that's not the only problem. Jackson has also battled violent crime. Its homicide rate has surpassed Chicago's in recent years, making it one of the most dangerous cities in the country. The job market is shrinking, with businesses pulling out and small businesses struggling to survive. As poverty rates soar, young people are leaving in search of opportunities elsewhere, leaving behind an aging and struggling population. As more residents flee, property values have plummeted, and once thriving neighborhoods have turned into ghost towns. Jackson's future looks bleak, and unless drastic action is taken, it could go the way of Detroit in the 2000s, bankrupt and barely livable. You wouldn't expect a city in California to be struggling, but San Leandro is an example of how even some of the wealthiest states can face collapse. Once known for its booming manufacturing industry and vibrant middle class, San Leandro is now grappling with skyrocketing crime, an affordable housing cost, and shuttering businesses.
San Leandro has seen a significant rise in violent crime over the years, with crime rates sitting well above the national average. Once safe neighborhoods are now plagued by homelessness, with many streets lined with tents and abandoned buildings. Public services are underfunded, and once thriving shopping districts now feel like ghost towns. But it's not just crime that's driving people out. The cost of living has soared, with housing prices making it nearly impossible for many people to stay. San Leandro's population has steadily declined as residents leave for more affordable areas, further deepening the city's struggle to survive. Next up is Redwood City, California, right next to Silicon Valley, a place that should be thriving given its proximity to one of the richest tech hubs in the world. But despite the wealth flowing through the area, Redwood City is facing a major crisis. What's the biggest issue? Insane housing costs. While salaries in Redwood City are some of the highest in the country, the cost of living is out of control. Rent prices have skyrocketed, with some apartments costing upwards of $33,000 a month, pushing out not just teachers and service workers, but even lower-level tech employees. The rise in homelessness has turned entire neighborhoods into makeshift camps. Crime is on the rise, and parts of the city are no longer considered safe at night. Despite all the wealth in the area, Redwood City has one of the highest wealth gaps in California, where the rich are getting richer and the middle class is disappearing. Berkeley has long been known for its prestigious university and progressive culture, but now this Bay Area city is facing a shocking decline. Once a hub for students, artists, and freethinkers, Berkeley is battling skyrocketing living costs, increasing crime, and a crisis of safety and infrastructure. The cost of living is astronomical. Median home prices here have surpassed $1.3 million, and rent for even a modest apartment can exceed $3,000 per month. For most families, the dream of living in Berkeley has become out of reach. Meanwhile, crime has surged, particularly property crime and car break-ins. The once vibrant downtown area is now home to abandoned businesses and deteriorating public spaces. Union City sits in the middle of the Bay Area, but despite its prime location, it's facing a rapid decline. High housing prices and a lack of local job opportunities are driving people away. Many residents are paying exorbitant rents just to commute to Silicon Valley or San Francisco for work. The crime rate has spiked, particularly in areas near transit stations. Property crimes like break-ins and car thefts have become more common, and even businesses are closing their doors. Once thriving commercial districts now have a noticeable number of empty storefronts. Public schools are facing cuts, and families are leaving in search of better opportunities and lower living costs.
San Mateo, once considered one of the most desirable places to live in the Bay Area, is now facing an economic and social downturn. Despite its proximity to Silicon Valley, the city is struggling with skyrocketing housing prices. The average home price in San Mateo has surpassed $1.5 million, making home ownership unattainable for most middle-class families. Crime is on the rise. Property crimes, car thefts, and even home burglaries are now commonplace. Businesses are closing down, unable to keep up with the high costs of rent and California's taxes. Even tech professionals are leaving, with remote work allowing them to live anywhere, making San Mateo less appealing. Taylorville, Utah, was once seen as a suburban escape, but now it's grappling with a slow, painful decline. The once booming city is seeing a high rate of business closures, rising housing costs, and stagnating wages. The job market isn't helping either. Many Taylorville residents commute to Salt Lake City, but with remote work on the rise, more people are questioning if they should stay. Crime is creeping up too, especially property crimes and drug-related incidents. Linwood, a small city in Los Angeles County, is now battling a combination of economic decay and rising crime. Once a thriving suburban area, it has now become one of the most struggling cities in California. Crime rates have spiked over the past decade, with violent crimes increasing by over 30% in some areas. Gangs, theft, and property crimes have made residents feel unsafe, causing many to leave for better opportunities. The job market is also faltering, with businesses closing down due to high crime and economic instability. Finally, Sandy City, Utah, has seen a dramatic rise in housing costs, with the average home price surpassing $600,000. As wages haven't kept pace with the skyrocketing costs, many middle-class families can no longer afford to live there. Environmental factors, such as water shortages due to Utah's ongoing drought, are also contributing to the decline. Job growth has slowed, particularly in retail and service industries, and many residents are fleeing in search of more affordable living situations.
Thank you for watching today's video here on Discover Top 5. We've just scratched the surface of what's happening in some of America's most struggling cities, and we hope it's given you a new perspective on the challenges facing these communities. From the rising crime rates to economic instability, skyrocketing living costs, and the growing sense of uncertainty, the reality is many cities are grappling with a future that's anything but secure. These cities were once thriving centers of culture, industry, and opportunity, but now they're in a state of flux. The truth is, these problems are not just isolated to these 10 cities, and the issues we've discussed could be happening in other places across the country. Cities are always changing, and some are facing challenges that could reshape the landscape in ways we never expected. What happens next could alter the way we think about urban living, economics, and what it takes to revitalize struggling communities. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think these cities will bounce back, or are they on the path to decline? And what do you think needs to happen to turn things around? Drop your comments below. Let's start a conversation about the future of these cities and the solutions that could be out there. If you found today's video eye-opening and thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to discover Top 5. Your support keeps us going and allows us to bring you more in-depth stories about the changes happening in the world around us. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming content. We have tons of exciting videos lined up that you won't want to miss. Thanks again for tuning in. Stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.